Good afternoon. I hope your Tuesday is going well. I'm Julie Broughton. The time now is 12:35. This is Take 6. This is when we hang out a little bit after our noon newscast and tell you what we're working on for later today. And we have such a fascinating story coming up for you that was really born out of our first WKMG Hits the Road, where we went and we really drilled down into the zip codes. We hear what you want to talk about. And News 6 investigator Erik Sandoval is here. And Erik, when we were in East Orange County, we heard a lot from people about the homeless population there and how the need is really growing. And that kind of set you on a path to an investigation that is so fascinating that I'll just let you take it away, because when we were talking about it in the hallway, you can tell me about it so much more eloquently than I can sum it up.
Well, this is what we wanted from our Hits the Road project. And, we just really took this story and ran with it on our first go at it. So, you were mentioning the homeless situation in 32825 here in Orange County. It has really gotten out of control, some residents say. Some people say it's doubled over the last few years. Since we did that story, legislators in Tallahassee have passed a law, and the governor just signed it last week, that basically criminalizes homeless people for sleeping in public areas. So, a public sidewalk. They can now be arrested for sleeping on that public sidewalk. Part of the law that the governor signed now requires cities and counties with a big homeless problem to set up their own government paid for homeless camp. Basically, just a section of land in the city or in the county where the homeless can get together. And they can do this through a partnership. It's received a lot of pushback from county officials or government officials saying, the state's not paying for this. This is going to come from local taxpayers. How are we going to do this? So we took that question, we hit I-4, and we went down the road to Tampa. They're already doing this in Tampa. So we wanted to find out if they're getting results, if they are seeing positive outcomes from this. And this is what we found right here. This is video from a place called Tampa Hope. It is run by the city of Tampa, and it is run by Catholic Charities of St. Pete. These are 125 tents where 125 homeless people from the Tampa area can go and live. Now, this isn't just, we'll sleep here one night, we'll go someplace else another night. This is a program that they have to actively participate in. They get services, mental health, medical, employment services, there's showers, there's bathrooms. These new cottages are already put in. They're waiting for the permits now, so they can actually increase their population there from 125 to 325. And so they're put into this program where they eventually get jobs. They save enough money, and then they can graduate to their affordable housing program. So the goal in all of this is to get the homeless people off the streets of Tampa, not just because people are tired of seeing them or tired of, panhandling, but to really set them on a course to succeed and get them into housing and get to hopefully get them off the streets permanently, Julie.
And when we were talking about this, my initial reaction was like, oh, I just didn't think that the results were going to be as glowing and as fabulous as what you have shared with us. But I think such a key component to that is all of the support. Like you said, it's not just a place where you can go sleep. It takes an entire team of people once you reach that point to help set you on the path and help get you out of that cycle.
Absolutely. And, we talked to one of the residents there who said he's been on the streets for on and off 10 years. And he thought that he was going to be forever on the streets because he just felt like he couldn't get a break. As soon as he would make money or get a job, he'd have to pay for something else, and he didn't know where he was going to sleep. He didn't have a car to sleep in. He was literally sleeping on the streets. And it was, he said that he heard about this through word of mouth. And he got with some of the program administrators, and he was accepted. And, that was one of the questions we had. Can somebody just knock on the door and say, I'd like some help? It's not that way. They actually have to be referred by a program administrator. Sadly, they either have to be picked up by Tampa police and brought there because they think that they would be a good candidate for this program. And to your point, one of the big limitations of this program is the number of people it can help at any given point, because right now only 125 people can be helped. It's going to go up to 325 here in the next few weeks, but even then, some would say that's only a dent in the population.
Yeah. When does your story air, Erik?
There you are.
Hi, I'm back. Did I freeze because you froze?
Yeah,
And
you
I thought
did.
it was just you. So, oh
No,
my gosh, we both
fine.
froze.
It's fine.
We have so much in
I
common.
haven't had lunch yet.
Right. Me neither. I think my sandwich is on my desk. Don't touch it. When does your story air?
Our story airs tonight at 6 o'clock, and actually, I was just talking to the four producers for our 4 o'clock news. I'm going to be on the 4 o'clock news just
Ooh.
to flush this out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a story that's not going away, and especially with the local communities now tasked to come up with
hmm
homeless camps like this is something that News 6 is going to definitely be watching.
Yeah. And when does the law take effect?
October 1st. So they have some
Okay.
time to, sort of get their ducks in a row, figure out what they're going to do.
hmm
But, I think my big takeaway from my investigation into this is that these local governments, Orange County, Orlando, whatever county you're in, Volusia,
hmm
Brevard, Lake, you need community partners to make this a success. It's
Yeah.
not just the government that's going to make this happen.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to talking to you at 4 and seeing your story later today. Thanks so
All
much,
right, we'll
Eric.
see you then, Julie.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right, let's get a check of your forecast now. I've been out on a shoot today. Really beautiful day today. Lots of sunshine. We can show you that a little bit better on the satellite and radar imagery. You'll see very limited cloud cover out there and no rain, but that is going to be changing. We have some big changes coming as a front moves into our area late tomorrow and into Thursday. Here's a wider look out at the southeastern United States. You can see that system, that area of low pressure sitting over the Great Lakes, that cold front extending from it, and a little trough stretching into the panhandle. As that front moves in late tomorrow into Thursday, that's when our rain chances go up and the chance of some storms as well. Now, out ahead of that, we're seeing a southerly component to our winds that is kicking our temperatures up already into the low 80s in some spots. It is 81 in Orlando, 79 in Kissimmee, 78 in Cape Canaveral, and 78 in Ocala. We are a little bit warmer than we were yesterday at this time. The 24-hour temperature change showing 5 degrees warmer in Palm Coast and Daytona Beach, and 3 degrees warmer right now than we were yesterday at this time in Kissimmee. Here's a look at the winds. It is on the breezy side, especially along the coast. That means if you're heading out to the beaches, again, rip currents are a threat for us today. 22-mile-per-hour winds out of the southeast in Cape Canaveral, 19-mile-per-hour winds right now from the southeast in Orlando. Here's your clouds and rain forecast. So this shows us how the models are seeing everything evolve over the next 48 hours. The clouds begin to increase for us tonight. Then through the day tomorrow, I think most of the day tomorrow will be dry. Some of the models are trying to bring some showers into our area around 2, 3 o'clock. I think some of those are a little bit overdone. We could start to see some showers moving into Marion County by around 4 or 5 o'clock, but notice that line starts to move through by the middle of the evening hours into the overnight hours. We stop the clock at 2 o'clock Thursday morning for you. That's when we could see some heavier activity stretching from Palm Coast back down through Daytona Beach, back down toward Leesburg. That front continues dropping to the south. I do think during your drive time on Thursday, we could be dealing with some showers and some pockets of heavier rain down near the Four Corners area, down into Osceola County. But by around noon on Thursday, most of this should clear out of here. Now, we are looking at, this is actually for Wednesday night into Thursday, that marginal risk of severe weather for our northwestern counties and over toward their coastal areas or northern coastal areas like Flagler County and Volusia County. We will, of course, keep an eye on all of that for you. 7-day forecast showing in the mid-80s both today and tomorrow. Thursday, again, that best chance of rain is overnight Wednesday into Thursday. Clears out by around noon on Thursday, and then we clear things out for the weekend. So really looking like a beautiful weekend for us. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells is at the Hurricane Conference today. That means meteorologist Jonathan Kagas will be in with us starting on News 6 at 4. He will have a breakdown and much more on our potential of severe weather for you coming up when we see him later today on News 6. Lisa Bell, Ginger Gadsden, and I will see you at 4 as well. If you have any questions or comments for us here at Take 6, head to clickorlando.com/take6. Let us know what's on your mind. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I will see you at 4.